Are you a people pleaser? And if you are, what does that mean to you? I'm Christine Saxon. I like to come out here in my kayak to these beautiful waters in and around British Columbia, Vancouver Island, the Sunshine Coast, and please myself. I'm an executive leadership coach. I talk with wonderful people every week. They dive deep, they figure out what's getting in their way, what's helping them, what's serving them. And 3 times in the past week, I've had powerful, intelligent, kind-hearted, strategic women say to me, "Oh, that's because I'm a people pleaser," in an apologetic way. This always makes me curious. So I thought, where does that come from? So we explored it together. Where does that come from? I asked them each in different ways, depending on what we were talking about. Where does that come from, that idea that you're a people pleaser? And when they graciously shared their story, their honest story with me, it came down to some common themes. Oh, I've always been too kind-hearted. I've always cared too much. I've put other people's needs in front of me and in front of mine. So we explored this more, and I went, okay, so whose voice is it in your head that's saying people pleaser, that's making you feel like you need to apologize for it? And they did their work. They dug deep and went, yeah, here's where that came from. And in doing that, in a gracious way, they all did. They did it in a gracious way, no blame, no shame. Just, oh yeah, that's from my pop. Oh, that would have been some of my sisters. Oh, that was that teacher that wanted me to be stronger woman. Whatever that story was for them, talking about it curiously, doing what I call the puppy dog look. Where, you know when a dog looks at you and goes, "What doing, human?" Try it yourself sometimes when you feel like something is a truth. Because it's tilting our head in that way does something to us in a very real, visceral way. Makes us go, is that right? Is that real? Why is people pleaser bad? Why is people pleaser not a hallowed, honored way to be? These incredible women just inspired me in where they went with this. As a coach, I don't guide people. I'm curious, I notice, I listen for things that might be getting in their way, things they might feel they need to apologize for. And as we journeyed forward together, each of them in their own way went, eventually, I am a people pleaser, and I like it, and I'm good at it. Now, can the volume get turned up too much sometimes? Yes, when we aren't putting our needs where they should be in a situation, or we're putting ourselves behind others or below others. And that's a whole different topic. What is that about for you then? Sometimes it's kindness, sometimes it's empathy, sometimes it's appropriate and helpful. The times that it's not, going to shame, going to a name that you've been called, oh, you're a people pleaser, going to feeling like you're weak and you should be stronger, isn't as productive as these 3 women in particular wanted to be. One of them came to the call this week and said, I have a plan of attack, Christine. I'm armed, and I know how I'm going to launch into this with this situation. And I listened and noticed this kind of warrior language, which was very different. She then came back around and went, you know what, I don't need a plan of attack. I'm going to go in with empathy. I'm going to listen. I'm going to be curious and use my tone to bring them and their tone down and invite them to be curious with me. And in doing so, I hope to please myself. And I hope to please them. And I hope that we come up with a great outcome. These 3 women flipped the script. If you haven't heard of that before, you can look that up. Flip the script. It's when you take a script, a message, a way of being, a limiting perception, whatever it is, a script that you might be following because you were taught it, you adopted it, you learned it from someone else, it served you at some point in time to keep you safe maybe. And you write it down, or you just consciously look at it and go, what is that script? Oh, I shouldn't be a people pleaser. And you flip it right around and go, I should be a people pleaser. And sit with that and go, wow, what does that do then? Takes on a different form. It takes responsibility. It gives you responsibility for looking curiously and critically at the meaning you're attaching to something. These three women left our calls, in their words, empowered, energized, feeling like their shoulders had come down, feeling like they were disarmed, right? And not needing arms at all. If anything, arms to hold space for other people, arms to create collaboration and connection. People are powerful, and aligning myself alongside them, helping them paddle in ways that serve them, absolutely fills my soul. You know why? Because I'm a people pleaser, and I'm proud. Happy paddling.